Hey everyone, and welcome to another quickfire first impressions and review of the latest DLC fighters in Dragon Ball FighterZ. We're kicking off Season 2 with Jiren and Videl, one fairly predictable and safe choice, and one unexpected but really cool addition. Let's start off with Jiren first. I haven't rewatched Super or paid as close attention to it as I did with Z, so I took many of Jiren's attacks at face value and didn't try to pick out what sort of reference each movement was to the anime itself. I just accepted him as is. At first, I didn't think too much of his playstyle. He has a close range and projectile counter, and you can tweak the timing of them slightly. He has a heavy shoulder charge and a pretty versatile mid to close range rapid hit attack, which is actually quite good for chaining supers and dashes. It wasn't until I went into the combo challenge mode that I started to figure out how he's meant to be played, or at least how the game was training me to play as him. Basically, Jiren's projectiles are pretty fast, and can be chained into combos with relative ease, thanks to being able to change the direction of the blast and a couple of good unique throws and launches. I'm still trying to get it all down, but I like that you could finish a basic air combo by bringing the enemy back down to the ground with an energy blast, and then sort of restarting the combo with a well-timed vanish attack. His supers help balance this out too, with a powerful uppercut that chains into many of his close range attacks, and his meteor combo, which is a little trickier but can be used when bouncing the opponent off a wall. I'm also a little out of practice, so I did screw up his timing quite often. But at the end of my play session with him, I felt I had a much better understanding of him than I did going in. The second DLC fighter of the season is Videl, and technically Great Saiyaman. Videl is a fairly close range fighter with many of her specials chaining into further specials with alternating inputs. To help close the distance, she has Great Saiyaman, whose actions will change based on the input and your own positioning. I found Videl fairly easy to get a grasp on quickly. However, her combo challenges were a bit fiddly for me because I was so out of practice. I did like that she can sort of change up her combos and get around to the enemy's backs fairly easily. And if used correctly, Saiyaman can be a great distraction and almost works like an extra assist character. Videl's supers are good too. Her main attack is a simple launching slice kick, but it can easily be comboed, which is great. She also has a Saiyaman counter, which will be funny in tournament play because it basically pauses the action for a few seconds. She also has a recovery super not unlike Frieza, where Saiyaman comes in and launches a Super Kamehameha. Lastly, her meteor combo is a team combo, sort of like Android 18's. I really just like how she functions as a character, and I look forward to figuring out her style a bit more. The new characters look the part, although I think Jiren might be a little bit shorter or his neck doesn't seem as pronounced in FighterZ. But he still looks good. Videl and Saiyaman look the part too, and she has definitely had the most detail put into her. When Saiyaman uses his Kamehameha, he removes his bandana and goes Super Saiyan. For the rest of the battle, he won't have the bandana anymore and you can see Gohan's hair clearly. Furthermore, Videl is the first and so far only character with a costume change. By holding the left bumper when selecting her, you can change into her outfit and hairstyle from her introduction into Z. This will also give Great Saiyaman his helmet, which is a great touch. I was hoping that if you had Ultimate Gohan in your team, he'd replace Saiyaman in all of Videl's moves, kind of like how Krillin will appear in 18's, Piccolo can appear in Gotenks, and Goku can appear in Ultimate Gohan's. But I guess that might have been a bit too much work, as they already have an alternate outfit, and based on how ARC make their character models, that was already a pretty big ask from them. Unfortunately, there don't seem to be any dramatic scenes in the DLC, which is a shame, as I was hoping for something with Vegeta against Jiren or a team up between Android 17, Frieza and Goku. Videl doesn't really need one, but I was really hoping for Jiren. Maybe if we get Ultra Instinct Goku in the next wave we'll see something, but I'm definitely hoping for an update to give some of our most recent DLC characters at least something. At any rate, I still really enjoyed these characters and was pleasantly surprised by Videl's inclusion in the roster. I'm keen to see just what sort of surprises they'll have for us in the next wave, and I'm excited to see how they handle Broly and Gogeta from the new Super movie. I'm hoping at least Broly has an install into Super Saiyan, kind of like how Frieza can install Golden. It'd be cool if Gogeta had an install for Blue too, but I feel like he'll just start out as Blue like Vegeta. But I am hoping Gogeta is a bit of a fusion from all his incarnations in terms of movesets, because I love Big Bang Kamehameha. Anyway, I think the season is off to a good start, and I'm excited by the idea of alternate outfits for existing fighters if they manage to find the time. So if you've been keeping up to date with the game and still love the competitive scene, then I'd say the latest DLC characters are definitely worth a buy. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please let us know what you thought of Jiren and Videl, or Dragon Ball FighterZ in general, in the comments below. Until next time, bye!
None of you can win against me. Give up.